it's uncomfortable, there's got to be something behind that, right? And how do we go about fixing that? Does that mean it's something that I've got to fix internally, or do I need to get advice or help from someone that knows how to navigate through that?
Thank you for tuning into the show, whether you are watching this on martialartsmedia.com or on YouTube, or listening while on the move on iTunes, Spotify, or Stitcher. This is the Martial Arts Media Business Podcast. My name is George Fourie, and on this show we interview top martial arts school owners, share success stories, share martial arts stories from great martial arts experts, and then we talk about lead generation and marketing strategies in between. So a quick heads up before we jump into the show. I just wanted to make sure that you are already part of our Martial Arts Media business community. It is our free Facebook group where we hang out every day. We talk about lead generation, marketing, and all things martial arts. You can jump in by either clicking a link close to this video or go to martialartsmedia.group. So not martialartsmedia.com, just martialartsmedia.group. That'll take you there. That's the best place for you to go after the show. We are in there every day, and there's a bunch of free resources that we have already uploaded into the group. Things about how to attract the right students, how to increase your sign-up base, how to retain more members, etc. So jump into the show. I will catch you in the group once the show is done. Enjoy. I'll speak to you soon.
Hey, Georgia, hope you're well. So do you often get into your own way trying to get to where you want to go? So let me give some context. So first up, whenever we want to go into a new direction, or, we set some big goals, and maybe you hire a coach or you try and get help. And so you set this big goal and you want to achieve this thing. More than often, we are the ones that sort of get into our own way and resist to go into the new direction. So what got me thinking on this? We've got what we call a game plan session. So every time we start working with new school owners, we do a game plan session. And so the game plan session is all about how do we set the big vision, not just I want those extra students, that's going to get me to X, but what is the big vision that you actually had when you thought of starting this business? So big vision, 12-month goals, and then projects, and what do you got to get done next week? So it's a great session, and almost everyone that we work with refer to this session as sort of a pivotal point, as in that gives them clarity and knowing the path that they need to go to get to where they want to go. But that's all good. Now the session is done. And that's where the problems come up, because you've done the session, but now you actually got to do the things that are going to get you to where you want to go. And that means that you're going into a new territory. And new territory brings up anxiety. And if you look at 4 stages of getting to where you want to go, first up, obviously, is acknowledging that there's a problem that needs fixing. That's the easy part. Well, it can and can't be. You've got to obviously reflect and look at what is the actual problem. And sometimes you know, and sometimes you don't. You might just have a problem. Well, hey, we need to get more students. That's the big overall problem. But deeper inside, there could be other things going on. Your belief system about selling, or how you feel about selling, or maybe you're getting tons of leads, but you're just struggling on the conversion part. So there's always going to be layers to where the problem lies, and that's where coaching can really help. So first up, there's a problem. You acknowledge that you got a problem. Now, the second part and the third and the fourth is not so much spoken about. Well, the second part mostly, and that is the anxiety that comes up of having to do a new thing. So the anxiety of, all right, well, I've acknowledged I've got a problem, but now I've got to actually do something about it. And so that means you've got to break habits and you've got to look at things differently. And number 3, you've got to accept a new solution, a new way of doing things. And that's where a lot of discomfort comes, because us as human creatures, we want to stay in our comfort zone. We don't really, as a race, want to venture into the discomfort. Naturally, we're looking for comfort. So moving from anxiety to new solutions, that pushes us out of our comfort zone. And this is where I see a lot of obstacles come up, right? Because you fight like hell to stay in your comfort zone. And now you've got the plan, you've got the solution, but it's bringing so much anxiety that you're not showing up to the calls, or you're avoiding the contact, or not replying to messages because you're busy, but you're busy on stuff that's not helping your business grow forward. You're kind of just spinning your wheels. And then number 4 is the most important? Well, once you've actually accepted this new way of doing things that's going to get you to where you want to go, now you got to actually make it a habit, and you got to actually enforce the habit to get it going. So what can you get out from that? Well, I guess just we can all reflect. Where are we uncomfortable? Where are we uncomfortable in our business? And what are we doing about it? For me, I really try and, if it's uncomfortable, there's got to be something behind that, right? And how do we go about fixing that? Does that mean it's something that I've got to fix internally, or do I need to get advice or help from someone that knows how to navigate through that? Anyway, hope that's helpful. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.
Thanks again for tuning in. Was it helpful? Did you get something of good value for your martial arts business? Then please do me a favor and let us know. Leave us a comment wherever you watched or listened to this, or just head over to iTunes and just leave us an awesome review. That way we'll know that we are on the right track, and we'll keep bringing you great shows with great interviews, sharing great strategies and tips. So if you haven't yet, now's a good time to head over to our group, martialartsmedia.group. That's the Martial Arts Media business community. I'll see you in the group, and I will see you on the next show.